Welcome to LL Energy. I call upon my angels, guides, and ancestors to come into this reading to give us clear-cut messages and guidance. Please watch over everyone, protect them, and guide them on their paths. Namaste. Okay, so my voice is still a bit bad, but I'm going to do a twin flame reading. I'm going to try and keep it quick. So let's see. I'll go for this deck. I've been using this deck all day. So yeah, I'll use this deck for the Divine Feminine. Actually, I'm feeling like Divine Masculine. And then I'll use another deck for the Divine Feminine. So, okay, we'll take that. We've got the Ace of Cups. First out for the Divine Masculine. Ten of Cups in reverse and Nine of Cups. I think that was in the reverse. So if you have a twin flame soulmate, this might resonate. Only take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate and it's not your story, then definitely don't tap into it. Okay, I'll shuffle. So Ace of Cups can be about love, self-love. Can also be about filling your own cup with self-love. Could also be a new emotional opportunity coming in as well. So with the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energies, you can take what resonates. You may be more in your Divine Masculine, you may be more in your Divine Feminine, but I'm reading it as a he said, she said kind of vibe. We've got the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the World. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So, let's see what else we got. Oh, and the Queen of Cups. Five of Cups. Okay, so Divine Masculine energy could be feeling like they know this connection is a loving connection, or it is a true love connection because Ace of Cups is here. Or they could be focusing on their own self-love and building their self up again. The thing is with this deck is that the cup of love is empty. So that's why I say they could be filling their own cup of love up. Because if you see at the bottom, the water's all at the bottom of the cup, not in the cup. It could also be that they get an epiphany about something. And if you see at the bottom of the deck as well, these two mermaids here, they're like twins. So yeah, that could be part of the situation. They could also be unsure how to fill up their own cup as well. Possibly if you are going through some sort of separation or period, or you have separated, they could be feeling like they don't have the love or the emotions to fill up their own cup, or they may be just working out how to. I'm going to clarify that as well. Knight of Swords I've got, so could be dealing with a Scorpio, could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, I'm feeling heavily. Or Knight of Swords could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or any other sign. This could be also just the energy they're taking on. It looks like somebody's coming in to, well, or this person is coming towards or going towards this cup of love, but it's almost like this cup of love has been depleted slightly. That's why I say it may be about filling up their own cup, because we've got the Queen of Swords. So you've got Knight of Swords here, and Knights, it could be them rushing in to send a love message or a message to you as well. But just because there's no water in this cup, I'm kind of feeling like this is not from an emotional standpoint. It could be a reckless message that comes in, or like a fast, quick message that comes in. Maybe not processed and thought about it as much, or they could be overthinking. So it could be one or the other. Then you've got the Queen of Swords here in the reverse. So in the divine masculine energy, this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, female, or could be somebody taking on this energy again. The fact that it's in reverse means that there's a possibility that divine masculine feels that you are angry with them, or that you have maybe that they were wishing that you were more emotionally connected, because it's almost like you're mirroring each other, really, because it's just that their energy is more, I guess, analytical, but then holding back, more overthinking things, but not really showing that, maybe. Whereas the divine, how they're looking at your energy, divine feminine, is that if they come in or come towards you, you may just be cutthroat and cut them off, or rude or disrespectful. Or it could just be sharp with clarity. Also, there could be, because this is in reverse, in the upright, it's about the truth and clarity. So in the reverse, it could be about some sort of truth or clarity that's hidden. And you can see the Knight of Swords is running away from that, because they're more running towards love. It could be a new love connection as well. Maybe something that's not emotionally fulfilling, but it's something that's easier, or something that can be like a quick communication, no emotional attachment, basically. And then kind of feeling like there's no emotional attachment here as well, maybe to a degree, because this is all logical energy. The only love card is here, really, and the cup's not really full. So they could be going towards a new opportunity because they realize that something may have ended with this situation, or for now it's ended, or there's a cycle that's closing out, and that's because you both maybe can't agree on something. So yeah, at the bottom of the deck I had the 9 of Coins, the Queen of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the High Priestess in reverse. Oh, that's a lot here. And the Hermit in reverse. So the divine masculine may feel like you are moving towards being single, that your intuition is strong, and you may know something, or you may have sensed something about them, or they could be thinking that you're viewing them like this. They may see you like standing in your power, because you may have been sick and tired of things that have happened in the past, or like a repeating cycle that you may have been through in the past with maybe not just them, but other love partners. But in this 5 of Cups, there's 2 cups still behind this lady. So it's like it's almost like love. They may feel like new love may be coming towards you, but they kind of see you standing in your power, still emotionally open to a degree, but I mean, in one hand, they can feel like you are this loving, caring person, but intuitively you may be cutting them off, or you are not willing to go within about this situation anymore. You've kind of had enough of dealing with it. So they're seeing you as maybe going towards your work, finances, money, or if this is in regards to them, they could be more focused on their single lifestyle, finances and money, their glow up, meeting somebody else or dealing with somebody else. There could be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces individual who's gone towards them, or vice versa, they're going towards that person, or there's someone that may be interested in them, offering them a cup of love. But there's still heartbreak maybe over the situation in regards to you. Because Five of Cups is like despair or sadness over something, and usually it's connected to the past or a recent situation. And there's also this High Priestess here in reverse. I get the sense that they may not be following their intuition, and they don't really want to go within to look out maybe why certain situations have happened, or scenarios have ended the way that they have. They may just be trying to move on to the next best thing in order to feel that sense of singlehood again. Some of them could also think that you are sending like negative energy to them, or that you are not working from a light space, like you're working from some form of darkness, or you are dangerous towards them in a spiritual aspect. But I don't think that is the case. This might just be how they're viewing things. They may also think that they don't want to dive within, especially if they've been having dreams or significant dreams that are, they might be scared of the dreams that they've been having if there is something like that they've been going through. And this could also be that they don't want to go within because they don't necessarily feel like they have anything to change or address. This is like an unwillingness to change something, but they don't necessarily want to walk away from the situation. They could also dislike the fact that you have a strong intuition, and that you're not really coming towards them. They could not want to leave, or they might not see you leaving. That's another thing. There's something also with their lineage and breaking cycles that they're missing, and may be a case where they're having to repeat a cycle because of that. Let's see the divine feminine's energy. But they definitely see that there may be a cycle ending with you, and you both seem to be mirroring each other's energy. But they see you as the person being harsh in the end, if you're not being harsh already. They could also be watching your social media, and they could have blocked you from their social media, or you could have blocked them. But they may be going, as I said, to a new opportunity, but there is no real love in that situation. Yeah, Divine Feminine, you look like you're going for self-love and moving forward. Sorry. You may have got a message in terms of, like, spiritually, that you need to move on or move forward from this situation, because it looks like the Divine Masculine is going in a different direction. You're not really going in a direction necessarily, possibly, but let's see. Okay. I think they just see you standing firm in what you've said, but they might be feeling like you've been quite harsh towards them. Or this could be the energy they're taking on towards you. They're seeing you. They're seeing you in the reverse and they want to, almost like they're trying to cause an ending, or if you don't kind of comply with what they want, I guess, moving forward, which is the whole love connection. Again, not that it's not there, but it's the whole, they want an emotional you, basically. And they seem to think that you're in your logical mind. Okay. Okay, so Justice at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, sorry. I've still got this kind of a cough / something else. So Divine Feminine, they've got the Six of Wands, Two of Cups in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, the Five of Wands. So Divine Feminines want to move on towards victory and success in some way. The victory and success could have been you choosing yourself. So they could see that you're choosing yourself and your own self-love, and you're trying to move forward from this situation. Two of Cups in reverse could be that you were not liking the energy that they were in. And you may have felt like the energy that they were in was in and out, and, you know, you message, but it's not much. It's nothing to really write home about, basically. You may just feel like, I've got to let this go because I don't have, like, the capacity to keep dealing with. There's something that just feels like unstable. And also as well, it's almost like at one point maybe you were being held back or held up. So you know that this wheel is about to turn. So it's not only that you're feeling that this is a karmic situation in terms of the energy playing out, whether you're twins or not. This is a twin flame reading, but whether you're twins or not, or your soulmates, but twins more importantly, it's like they know a cycle's ending, but you know a cycle's also ending, but this can also be related to the karmic wheel too. And this is all universal energy. So the two major arcanas, which are kind of mirroring each other, is the wheel and the world. They're both about kind of the karmic energy playing out. This is an ending, but it's caused by the universe. These are major arcana. So the universe has stepped in and said, okay, well, something here about the divine feminine not feeling treated right or treated as the empress, I guess, because divine feminine, divine masculine, the ultimate goal is obviously to live within their purpose. And if they are going to be together, the emperor and the empress, they know their worth, they know what they bring to the table, they know how to move towards their purpose, how to co-create with the universe. The Five of Wands here could be about some sort of inner conflict about the ending or about this ending, or you could feel like you're sensing their conflict within. Yeah, divine feminine could feel also like maybe they were wrong about the spiritual connection, because there is justice going in the divine feminine's favor. This is because of some sort of deception or lies, or somebody not telling the truth or the whole truth. It could be the divine masculine taking on it's like there is love here. There is love here, but maybe the divine feminine is not feeling that as much anymore, because the divine feminine is basically going towards purpose, but is conflicted about leaving this situation behind, because there is still love. It's just that it's more of it feels more forced that they have to let this go, whether it's for now or whether it's for good. Who knows? Time will tell, but twins kind of always come back in each other's lives, or there's always something that kind of happens. So yeah, in the divine feminines, we can see that. So I can see that basically what I'm saying, I can see that there's something that's going to be balanced out karmically, and that's universal as well. That's not something that is you both have control over. Is to do with some sort of deception or lies. This could also be self-deception, either for the divine masculine or divine feminine, but it looks like the divine feminine has got clarity within about something, or about not moving forward. Maybe it's because of not getting what that person, divine feminine deserves, but also as well, there is like a want or a feeling that this King of Cups energy that the divine masculine is taking on, maybe. So it could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or somebody has that in their chart, or it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone has those placements in their chart. But it could be any sign, earth, or earth, water, fire, air. There's something that the divine feminine doesn't understand in regards to, there's an emotional energy in a cup of love, but again, with this king, it's like the water is down the bottom. So this is like emotionally not available in some way. And the divine feminine may believe that this king is not really tapping into their faith. Like they may not be aware as in awake. And they may not be working from a spiritually guided place. They're working from maybe an aspect of fear or fear-based energy. Sorry. So we've got the 10 of coins here as well. So divine feminine could have wanted to have a family with this person, but realized that maybe values and morals were not aligned. Could have money coming in for you as well, or a new opportunity, new job. Could be really focused. Divine Feminine could be really focused if you've got children or family, on your family, your foundation. It's kind of what Spirit, Universe, God, Source Energy is asking you to do right now, whatever you believe. Then we've got the Hermit here. So it's so weird because you've got the same cards in similar places. So you've got the Hermit here. So the Divine Feminine is going within to try and heal themselves. Even though there might be conflict within about this situation. And here you've got the Queen of Swords in the upright. They think that you're the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So they may feel like you're playing like an emotional mental game. But actually, you're quite serious about, like, the Queen of Swords here is quite serious about how she feels, but she's fair and just in the sense where she's not playing games. She's been in situations or scenarios or relationships throughout her life that may have taught us some harsh lessons. This is somebody that's could be a bit more matured as well, a female that could be a bit more matured, but is basically like logically knowing and using your third eye, your crown chakra, logically knowing how to move forward. Somebody could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in their chart as well. If the Divine Feminine does have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in their chart, or in a strong placement, this could have some sort of connection to their gift. So it'd be very difficult to lie to this person because they go within, they meditate, they've learned from their wisdom and experiences. And you've got Queen of Wands, so you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo as well, or any other sign. So this is like mind over heart and standing in your spiritual power. But these are both in the upright. So this is about maybe restoring your confidence, knowing who you are and stepping into your power. But the Divine Masculine may feel like the Divine Feminine is coming from a space of ego, but they've actually been empowered within because they've done some of the work to go within. So this could have been like a lesson where both of you were supposed to have learned something in regards to relationships, each other, or just a divine lesson, or a universal lesson. And it could be that the Divine Feminine may have learned the lesson or some of the lesson, and the Divine Masculine is still grasping what needs to be worked on. Let's clarify this Ace of Cups. So I'm going to clarify the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, same cards. And keep this upright as well. I was just making sure that I did keep it in the right upright. Okay, so someone could feel like the other person has options. Could be options in love. Sorry. Oh gosh, taking the cards here. Bottom of the deck, yeah. So feeling like somebody's got options and someone is feeling like they've been left out in the cold as well. Like, yeah, here we go. Twin flame card here. So there is still love in this situation for this divine masculine. They know that it's a spiritual connection. They may not know the depth of the connection, but they do know it's a spiritual connection. They could actually be going towards some divine masculines could be going towards a family situation as well, or something where there could be somebody that they're dealing with that has a family, but there's not any love in the situation. They may just be using the situation for what they could get. Or this is them wanting to come towards their twin flame, and that would be their wish fulfillment, because we've got the Nine of Cups here about wish fulfillment. So this could be their emotional wish. And if you had children in a situation, like you have children together or you have children that you both look after, or, you know, it's like almost like adopted children or something like that, then this masculine could also be missing the family dynamic. We've got King of Pentacles here. So divine masculine also as well could be focused on work and money and finances, but they're also looking back at the world card. So they know that there's like an ending being created, but they could be focused on those things. So maybe if they're cold and withdrawn, they could be focused on those things. But as I said, they could have met somebody new that is kind of filling a gap or a space. Yeah, they're kind of looking back at this situation, even if they're getting a certain wish fulfillment here. Or they may have thought that they were getting a wish fulfillment by returning or trying to return, and that it may have been going in their favor at one point. But it looks like that quickly changed, or this could also be the divine masculine wanting to anger you because of some sort of mental game that is being played. They could also think that you, the divine feminine, knows that they're not this wealthy person or this wealthy man or this man that puts on a persona. They show up as the knight, but the divine masculine could know that the divine feminine wants a king, not a knight. Not somebody that rushes in and rushes out, somebody that's more stable, more grounded. Doesn't necessarily mean financially stable, but just stable maybe within themselves and stable within a commitment or wanting a commitment or being somewhat committed. But this king is also looking back at these cards here. So there's an ending, and they may feel like you have walked away, or they may have walked away with any secrets or truths that they've been keeping. So let's shuffle for the divine feminine. This could also be a sense of you walking away, them feeling like you're walking away. They could also be not looking back at past relationships, and there's a reason to look at these past relationships because they're following a pattern. Let's do shuffle. The divine feminine, you could feel that the divine masculine wanted you in your head about stuff. You could have felt stuck and trapped in a situation, or mentally trapped in a situation. Yeah, it's coming out again. mentally trapped as well because of this truth that needs to be revealed that hasn't come out. It's some sort of deception. Could be cheating. It could be just withholding feelings, reasons why they may be feeling emotionally unavailable to you. It could be a number of things. It could also be to do with what they're going through in their own life. Divine Masculine could also feel like if they did come back towards you, they may not get the same level of love and appreciation or whatever you've shown them as a Divine Feminine in the past. Like you may not be as sweet and loving towards them. Gosh. Okay, this card's just flipping. Divine Feminine may be in a resting space. Yeah, going within. So we've got the Hermit over the Six of Wands for the Divine Feminine, going within. Four of Cups. So this, if there was an offer that came in from the universe for the Divine Feminine in terms of an emotional offer from the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine may be looking at this situation, so it is like a mirroring of each other, but in a different way. Looking at the situation like, I've been here before, I've been through this before, you're making this cup look shiny and lovely and wonderful, but I'm not feeling it in the relationship. This could also be the Divine Feminine being offered a new cup of love as well from somebody else, but they don't seem that interested. Could also be a lesson as well, so maybe the Divine Feminine is aware of that, but the focus is going within and trying to heal themselves. Yeah, and getting more rest. Divine Feminines may need to get more rest, may need to sleep more. Could also be healing, especially if they've been unwell. You could be going through ascension symptoms as well, because it's behind the wheel. So it could be ascension symptoms of feeling under the weather, feeling poorly, needing to balance your chakras and things like that. So could be that too. Oh my gosh, I'm like at 38 minutes. Okay, we're going to need to wrap this up soon. Excuse me. Divine Feminine could also be trying to make a decision or a choice, almost flipped out. Yeah. So Divine Feminine is kind of being forced in a position to go within, to think about this connection and whether it's bringing them peace or love or like some sort of tranquility, because it doesn't seem to be bringing that right now. This could be to do with the Divine Feminine knowing their worth as well. Resting and unwell, but there's still some sort of conflict here, inner conflict, inner upset. Could be in relation to the Divine Feminine, similar to this lesson where you've had several situations with repeating cycles. The only thing is that the Divine Feminine cannot see that there's two cups behind them. So it can be the Divine Masculine coming in eventually, or it could be a new connection. But there's two fives here, so that's like a 10. So it's about an ending. So again, more to end. It's about endings, and fives are about changes. So there's a lot of change going on in this connection at the moment. And we've got the Five of Pentacles as well. So could be financially changing, emotionally things have changed, and financially things have changed with the Divine Feminine, or that's what they're being forced to focus on. There is a new, this also can be feeling left out in the cold by the Divine Masculine. There could be manipulation and, as I said, like a gameplay in this connection, even though the Divine Feminine has tried to be loving and show some sort of love and knows that this connection is a twin flame connection. They're being guided to make a choice, to go within, to be enlightened about this situation, and yeah, to not accept less than they deserve. It could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo coming in as well, or a new offer, or somebody asking the Divine Feminine out on a date or something like that. Or this could be the Divine Masculine coming forward, but the thing is, there's still things that are hidden. There's still Seven of Swords here. Yeah, there's still stuff that's not come to light, and yeah, it's not truth. Divine Masculine could also be missing intimacy. Divine Feminine could also be missing intimacy as well. But knowing, the Divine Feminine knowing that this is not leading to a commitment that is stable. So feeling like they've been constantly left in some form of lack. There could be still a lot of healing going on about it, an inner conflict, or there could be conflict between both of you, even in the spiritual realm as well, in your dreams or something like that. But there's like an inner conflict about the situation. Kind of getting the feeling the Divine Feminine doesn't want to walk away, but is being called to liberate themselves, heal themselves. And there's a lesson that's played out here that has been repetitive in both your lives in some way. Let's see. Let's get 2 more cards for this ending. But both mirroring each other in some ways. Let's get 1 card for this 8 of Cups. 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, the Divine Masculine is going to continue to kind of hold back and maybe walk away from the situation themselves, or allow the Divine Feminine to walk away and maybe focused on their money, or maybe holding on to money. They may be also holding back because they've got new options, because there's a 3 of Cups here, so third party situation, or they could have got themselves into a third party situation if you're not involved in the relationship anymore, or they could just be going to these people to fill their cup, their emotional cup or attention. Yeah, the moon behind this as well. 9 of Swords. So yeah, it could be Divine Feminine could also be sensing this, or like if you've had the Divine Masculine's had intimacy with somebody, you could be sensing that as well. There could be a conflict as well coming towards you from the Divine Masculine, because they may be still kind of conflicted inside about what they want to do or what they're moving towards. Yeah, Page of Cups. So Divine Masculine may come in with an apology, and may feel really bad about the way that they've treated you, because they probably know that you didn't necessarily deserve this. Or this could be a new love offer coming in, a new date or something like that. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, somebody offering their new cup of love, but you may not be ready for that. This can also be that you're just trying to embark upon healing. If healing yourself and filling your own cup, if this is in relation to the Divine Masculine there's still something hidden because the sword is down. When the sword's down, something's hidden. They could still be juggling a situation or another situation, or juggling many pots, as in like work and finances, and trying to get on their feet. If there has been any issues with job, also divine masculines may get a brand new opportunity as well in work, or could receive some financial abundance. But be wary of somebody that is, well, there could be somebody behind the scenes that is, if there is something to do with like work or legal, is also a good idea not to lie about something that you can't recover from if it's to do with work or legal situation. That's just like a side note. And yeah, in regards to the divine feminine, so yeah, this divine masculine knows that you are the Empress, and the Empress won't settle for less. So it's like the Empress will let the tower fall because she's been through a lot of stuff in her life. She kind of knows what she wants, and the Empress represents growth. That's another thing. They could be coming back because they know that you represent growth, for the divine feminines from the divine masculine. They could be coming back because they know you represent growth, and there might be stuff that's stagnant at the moment or not growing, and you've decided to move forward and you are growing in some way, the divine feminine. But that's because some of the work that needs to be done, the divine masculine is not prepared to do it. He may just or even if it's she, just may not be in that space to focus on those things. But the thing is with the universe is that they may push you into that, because when things slow down, there's usually something to be looked at or to heal. Sorry. So let's get some romance love cards. Oh my gosh, I didn't want this to be so long, but let's get some romance love cards. And then we'll get one card for the divine masculine, one card for the divine feminine. So up the top, I'll do the divine masculine. Down the bottom, I'll do the divine feminine for the love cards as well. So connection. Love is the bridge connecting souls. Cherish those connections. Sparks. Keep the sparks flying. Surprise each other with gestures of love. So if this is not about the divine feminine, then the divine masculine may have met somebody new. Hideaway. Make time to be with your person. Create your own special hideaway. Yeah, it could be the case. So divine feminine. Right path. Love is a beautiful journey, and you are on the right path. Abundance. You're open your heart to receive the abundant love the universe has to offer. Yeah, the divine feminine needs to focus on purpose, is what I'm getting. Long distance. Love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. So the divine feminine may be feeling the distance between you both, but has to focus on creation and purpose and like creativity and what they're going to do moving forward, the next steps. So yeah, that was the card for divine masculine. Connection, sparks, hideaway, and for divine feminine was right path, abundance, and long distance. Okay, so let's get rid of those, and then we'll get one card. let's get a purpose card for each of you as well. Okay, Divine Masculine got let go, walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. So Divine Masculine is being guided to have some form of space at the moment. Divine Feminine, career change. You are embarking on a career that brings you joy and abundance, the abundance you desire. So yeah, Divine Feminine is focused on career and purpose, or is being guided towards that. Divine Masculine is being guided to walk away at this time to resolve the situation, but also may need to do the inner work. Let's get these cards, I think. Bearing fruit for the Divine Masculine. Roots of abundance for the Divine Feminine. Okay. The Divine Masculine is probably being called to step into working on their abundance. But the thing is, if your heart is slightly blocked, because that's what was sensed with the Divine Masculine, possibly. So that's a card, bearing fruit. Then your abundance will struggle to come in. So let's get number 12. So for the Divine Masculine, it says key concepts: birthing the results of hard work on an idea or consistent thought manifesting into form. The relationship between the external world and the internal world of feelings and beliefs. Yeah, so let's see. So it says, if your life were a tree, what fruit would it bear? So the Divine Masculine is being called to work on their internal body and how they feel, because basically what they're creating in the 3D is because of what they're feeling and the inner conflict in the internal body. So it says, envision the results of the efforts you put into achieving your dreams and desires in partnership with the divine. So they're being called to trust and co-create with the divine, which is God, source energy, whatever you believe in. And it says, can you see the way you think, feel, and believe reflected in the material world? There is always a correlation between what you see, what you expect to see, what you intend consciously, and what you project unconsciously. So it's about the unconscious and conscious mind, and the two not line up. So if you're thinking consciously, Divine Masculines, about what you want, but you're not seeing it come into fruition, it's to do with maybe your unconscious mind and unconscious programming as well. And this can date back to your childhood, all different aspects. So it says, everything is intrinsically connected. Magic flows through you from the unseen world into the world you perceive, moving from the realm of non-ordinary reality or to ordinary reality. You birth ideas and thoughts into form and bring your most cherished desires to fruition. Not all ideas will bear sweet fruit. Sometimes you will reap a sour and bitter harvest based on your sense of your personal narrative and your assumptions about others. You are in a powerful and fertile season of your life when you're when you're particularly good at making things happen with very little effort. Pay close attention to what you're manifesting now. From your career to your personal relationships, your influence is strong at this time. If you don't like what your life is yielding, prune the proverbial tree and get into alignment with what genuinely lights you up. Remember, your birth into the world, that which you pay most attention to and consistently hold within as your truth. Be clear about what you intend. Can you make this commitment? So, with the divine masculine, they're being called to commit to themselves, but also commit to the process of healing their internal world so the external world becomes what they want to see in that reality. The reason they're not seeing it is because they're holding back from doing the work, possibly. And the ones that are doing the work, you will see the fruit be bared when you need it to be. But also, this could be a lot to do, as I said, with unconscious programming, the things that still need to be healed so you can release them and let go of them. And co-creation, understanding how co-creation works. So having the faith, manifesting what you want, having the faith and putting it out there, and then knowing that God is going to, or source energy, universe, however you want to look at it for yourself, is going to help you co-create what you need moving forward. So for example, if you want to pass your driving test, you take the action to basically, get your provisional, then so note things down in steps and work towards that. But then you'll realize that things are not so hard on you because the trust that you have that the universe is going to support you means that you accomplish those things without having to worry too much or fear that it's not going to happen. And it's the same with your money and your opportunities. So I hope that helps, divine masculine. So we've got number 2 here. This can also be connected to the intuition. So yeah, divine masculine is connected to your abundance, and abundance will be coming in all things when you work on that aspect. For the female, for the feminine energy. So it says roots of abundance. You're both being called to work on abundance, really, but in different ways. So it says key concepts: being stabilized by deep roots, anchoring yourself and feeling secure in your life, trust and belief in abundance. You may need to work on your root chakra as well, divine feminines, or divine masculines. Now, this card signals you to pay attention to how you are anchored in the story of your life. Trust that you will be taken care of. The world is full of limits, potential, and will nourish you according to your beliefs, regardless of temporary outer conditions. You are not a victim of life. Life happens for you, not to you. Even if you sometimes slip into that way of thinking. So divine feminines, for example, this is a little break. If you've been through a traumatic breakup or something traumatic, sometimes it's the divine protecting you from someone's actions, and that can also be the same for your twin flame. Sometimes the karmic energies that play out between you need to be protected. You need to be protected from, because if you're causing too much harm and destruction to each other, or vice versa, or one to the other, sorry, not vice versa, one to the other more so, then it's like the divine pulls you away from that so you can really sit back and reflect and think about what it is that you deserve, because even if it's your twin doesn't mean that you deserve to be treated badly. And that may just be projection because they need to heal things, but there may be other underlying things that have come to the surface or that need to be healed too on both sides. So it says, where was I? Yeah, okay. So it says, if you are grounded and internally steadfast, nothing can uproot you, and you have the ability to manifest your intentions with ease. The message here is simple. Your life is safe and secure, and your intentions are coming to fruition. All your hopes and dreams are firmly grounded and taking root so that you can reach for the stars in your life and expand your dreams further than you can imagine. Everything in the material world is a reflection of your interior world. You are unstoppable and unshakable because you believe that you are abundant. Know that you can easily move from merely surviving to thriving when you pay attention to staying grounded. If you find yourself ungrounded, thinking now is the time for radical trust. Growth never follows a straight line. You will manifest what you need when you need it. A tall, healthy tree doesn't need to hold onto the ground for dear life. It knows it will not fly away with the wind because its roots are planted deep in the earth. So yeah, divine. So it's literally the same message, but in different ways. The divine masculine needs to find belief and stick to that belief and trust the process. The divine feminine also needs to trust the process, but it's more when being disappointed or being, I don't know, for some reason I want to say disrespected, but being disappointed and feeling like you can't, like you keep hitting certain brick walls with some things, because the divine feminine is showing that you have the trust, but it's letting situations or things in your life unground you, and as you move forward on your purpose, being in that energy is gonna shake up some things. I mean, things you might have, sometimes you might have to be in that energy, but it's going to shake up some things. So is kind of giving you that lesson to remain grounded no matter what's happening in your life, or try to still find that sense of inner peace and working on yourself and consistently pouring into yourself, because that's going to help you continue to move forward. And so that even if something catastrophic happens, it shakes you, but it doesn't unground you. And when it does, return to your faith, return to your connection with source energy, God, universe, as I said. So yeah, it's almost like the divine feminine is already moving into this energy, and and not working from a space of lack, but is in confusion about that at the moment, or feeling sad because of this connection. But the divine masculine still has work to pick up on. The divine feminine is going within, which is why you're stepping into the wheel of fortune. Divine masculine needs to deal with the karmic ending and endings in their life and things that may need to change that they may not want to change, because it's almost going to be forced, or you keep repeating the same cycle and remaining in the same place. So and that could be on both sides, but it's more like prominent on the divine masculine side at the moment. But as I said, we all have these energies within as well. So you could need to work on your divine masculine in terms of confidence and all of those things, and building yourself up, and your connection with God's source energy. And it's similar message for the divine feminine, but just in a different way. But you're very much both mirroring each other in a lot of ways as well. Okay, so that is the reading. It's been, oh my gosh, almost an hour, or an hour. So yeah, sending you lots of love and light. I did not expect it to be this long, but sending you lots of love and light. Namaste and take care until next time.